Hey there, EcoBeast Garage. This is Cam Stark again. We're in a little bit of a gloomier day here. Not a whole lot of sunshine. We have a little bit of overcast, a little bit of rain, some drizzling, kind of teasing us today. But today we are working on Russell's 2017 Ford Focus R.R.S. If you remember this car from earlier in our channel, we had a little introduction on his car. It's a nitrous blue. Of course, you know, all full bolt-on. He's got forged R6s, 19 by 9s. So he's got crazy, you know, wide poke on his car, but he's done a few other visual things. So let's go check up with him and see what he's done to the car. All right, well, we got Russ and we got Austin here. We're gonna be doing a few different things to the car today. What are we doing today, guys?
So previously, about a month and a half ago, we rotated our tires, did an oil change, found out that one of my axle boots was torn. So we got a new axle coming in, and we're gonna do that today. I also got the drain line for my radium catch can, and we're gonna do a blow-off valve. Also, we got end links.
Hell yeah, and which I need to go back home and get because I forgot them. But yeah, we're gonna go ahead. You know, we're jumping back into those wheel wells just like we were in the last video. Except we're not gonna be fighting with a wheel bearing today. We are just doing some lighter work. Now, whenever we do the driver's side axle on the MM6T transmission, which comes in our cars, the Focus ST and the RS. The driver's side axle is actually slotted into the transaxle, which means that before taking that axle out, technically, you could do it just because you wanted to, but it will leak fluid, so we will be draining fluid and, of course, refilling after the axle is reinstalled. So, for those that, you know, choose to go above and beyond outside the motorcraft world, the Motul multi-dual clutch transmission fluid is what I would recommend. It's what I run in my car, and a few other people in our group run it. Austin, of course, runs it in his as well, and Russ is about to join the party. So we'll go ahead, we'll get started, and we'll let you know as we go along the process. All right, guys, so a little bit of an update. First, we've got some extra folks here. We've got Brant, which we have not even really met him to kind of showcase his Fiesta, which he didn't even bring today.
Brought the dirt bike.
Brought the dirt bike. And then we also have Nick. He's way over yonder over there. You can see him across the way. And our buddy Trent and his wife Sarah are over there as well. So we got a whole gang going on here. Right now, where we're in the process, we got the car up in the air. We got the wheels lifted off. They are currently working on taking out the blow-off valve. For those of you at home that maybe haven't done a blow-off valve change or diverter valve, it is mounted right onto the turbo. So if you notice, there is that hole right there, and we've already taken the old Turbo Smart valve off of the turbo. But that is the easiest way to access it. It's a little bit of a reach, but you can see it clearly without any you know, major disassembly. Just the passenger side wheel, and you'll be able to get to it. Now right here we have the stock Turbo Smart little guy, little dude, and let's see if we can focus in on it. There we go. And so that is the out with the old and in with the new. Not to borrow from another famous YouTuber, but you know, we are changing out to a Boomba diverter valve here, blow off valve, and that'll be a nice change for sure. All right, guys, so a little bit of an update here. We are still working on everything with the car. We've got a few things, of course, as we mentioned. Blow off valve is installed. We're just doing the final little tightening up on things. Getting that all buttoned up. We already did a little test run, so the blow-off valve is getting vacuum and all that. We'll be able to hear it a little bit more when we're on the road. But yeah, we're kind of working on. Austin's got the catch can hose currently in process, and then I think last but not least, we'll be working on the sway bar links and on the driver's side axles. All right, a little bit of an update, guys. We're getting work done. Of course, we got many hands here. So of course work is pretty light, but
Hands make light work.
yeah, Russ is right now working on putting in the sway bar links. We've already adjusted them to match the stock length since he was already running stock sway bar links. But we're just going ahead, making sure that we have it oriented the right way. Make sure that those posts face away from each other, and that way they can go in there just like so. So he's currently getting that one in. We already got the top kind of roughed in, and I think Austin's over there working on the driver's side right now. All right, guys, just a little bit of an update. We now have quite a bit done, actually. We have now taken out the axle from the hub We actually had to use an axle puller tool, which I wish I could show you what it looks like, but if you are going to AutoZone, it is part number 27037. We found that on the old pamphlet there. But once the axle's pulled out, like I said, we've already drained the transmission fluid from the transmission, so we can now pull that axle once the clip is undone. But now we're kind of closing in on the reassembly process. As you can see, we popped out the strut from the top of the knuckles so we could actually bend the knuckle forward. And we were going to change the outer tie rod, but it seems like the outers is actually not that bad, so we're actually going to leave it where it is and not mess with this alignment for right now. So yeah, we're just on the reassembly process. Remember to like and comment if you have any questions about this. You know, we try and stay up on our comments page, make sure people you know, understand how to do this if they want to do it themselves. So but yeah, we'll update you as we get this car put back together, and we'll go from there.
Swear to God.
Little light.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Light on it.
You don't necessarily need it for the camera.
I know, right, but I like seeing it.
Yeah.
We're rolling?
Shit, R.R.S.
Alright guys, so we are about to pull the axle out. There is a small C-clip on the inside of the axle. It's on the inside, you're not going to be able to access that, so really the only way to get this thing out is essentially to...
You should see the engine. I won't judge anyone that does it, but I just got to the point where I'm like, this shit is nasty. I don't really even like it.
See, they spit in the trash cans at work.
Yeah, get behind me.
Getting it on my hands. I'm like, motherfuckers.
Hold on.
The bottle
Oh, I had a
pisses me off. Like, you do you, but keep it out of the goddamn
stay
trash.
away from the baseball team locker room.
I don't want to eat myself into the wall.
You might.
Alright guys, so we have made a breakthrough. Unfortunately, while pulling the axle, something happened. If you guys know, that's not supposed to happen.
We pulled the boot off.
Yeah, kind of pulled the boot off. But with a quick little trip to AutoZone, we picked up the axle puller fork switch. If we have one to show, it's right there. You can pick that up from AutoZone. Again, I'm going to reinforce this over and over again, guys.
The correct tool.
The correct tool will get the job done. And so we now have the old axle, all remaining parts out of the transmission. The little clip, so we can show you guys, it's right here. It's actually on the edge of the spline. So you don't want to you want to make sure that that doesn't get damaged on the new axle. But when you go to put that new axle in, you're really going to have to kind of push it in, and that's so that little clip can, of course, roll over whatever bump it needs to get over to hold that axle in place. But we're officially now on reassembly time. We did have to raise the car up a shade bit more just because we had to get that fork leveraged underneath. But we're on the home stretch, guys. All right, guys. Well, we got... Alright guys, well, final update here. We finally got Russ's car back on the road. He looks a little off kilter because the suspension hasn't quite settled in yet. But we did, just to recap, of course, we did a Turbo Smart switch of a blow-off valve. Now he's running an Boomba blow-off valve. We did change the driver's side axle, as well as new sway bar links. He also did some work on the catch can hose. The drain hose also got switched out. But I'm very happy to see this car back on the ground, back running. We're about to go take it for its first drive. So once again, from all of us here at EcoBeast Garage, not just myself, but Nick, Russell, Austin, you know, Brant, Truth, Trent, Mason. I'm trying to remember all the people that came down here. Phoenix. You know, we all appreciate everyone's you know, watching our channel. Like I said in our last video before that, actually, we're going to be doing a lot more content now that the summer's here, and we have a lot more installs, a lot more repair work, a lot more to do things. So if you own a Ford Focus, a Fiesta, or if you just own a car and you want to know how to do some of these jobs, check out our channel. Make sure to like, make sure to subscribe. And once again, this is Cam from EcoBeast Garage. We will see you soon.